We're going to call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Here.
Vieta here. Rita. Rita absent. Donahue. Donahue absent. Holly. Holly absent. Farnwell.
Here.
Farnwell here. Osling.
Here.
Osling here. Thompson.
Here.
Thompson here. Carr.
Here.
Carr here. Pittman.
Here.
Pittman here. Slattery. Slattery absent. Poulos.
Here.
Poulos here. Johnson. Johnson absent. Frausto.
Here.
Frausto here. Mulatto.
Here.
Mulatto here. 9 present.
Thank you very much. We're just going to do this for a brief minute right now. If you don't know, we lost 2 Blue Islanders, or who had many, many years of service to the city of Blue Island. Lorraine Caldellini,
Yes.
35 years,
Yes.
working for the city of Blue Island since 1972 to 2006. So I know they waked her yesterday. She was waked yesterday and buried today, and interned in at St. Benedict's Cemetery. Again, she's been missed since 2006. A woman who devoted her life to this community. So let's give her a big round of applause. I'm going to ask our city clerk to help me on this. Was it Alderman Bauer?
Yeah, Alderman Gene Bauer.
Again, during what, the early 70s?
70s.
Alderman City of Blue Island. Again, let's give that gentleman for his service to the city of Blue Island. And the reason why I'm standing up here is for, I don't know if you've seen the news, what happened at 2 o'clock this afternoon in the city of Chicago. That's why I'm standing here. And if you can all assist me, stand for a moment of silence for Commander, I'm trying to get his last name. Bauer.
Yes.
Who around 2 o'clock had an incident, shots followed a person by the Thompson building in pursuit. And again, I think it was his day off.
Yes.
And think about this, you never know where you're going to end up, whether you're coming home or not. Think about this. Whether we complain about snow removal, garbage pickup, let's put it in the real world picture of what it really means. Giving your life, your duty, your service to your community. To him, to his family, to his friends, his co-workers, to the city of Chicago, and all of us, one moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you very much. We next move on to the presentation of journal proceedings. I need a motion to approve the city council minutes for the date of January 23rd, 2018. We have a motion by Alderman Poulos, second by Alderman Mulatto. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto. Frausto, aye. Mulatto.
Aye.
Mulatto, aye. 9 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Next, we move on to public comment. Again, we'll limit your comments to 3 minutes to the items on the agenda. We need your name and address, and you can come up at any time at the podium. Name and address, please.
Rachel Orozco, 11957 South Longwood. Well, I know everyone knows that it's Black History Month. And we have our Black History program this Friday in this room. It starts from 6 to 7 is the dinner and greet and meet. You'll be able to take pictures with people like our mayor and other people who work, city officials, our aldermen. So I put that on Facebook. You know, so they'll be looking forward to taking pictures with you. And the program is from 7 until 9. You should have a good time. We usually have a really good time. Everyone's invited. It's free admission. We have a couple of door prizes, so you should enjoy yourself. But in the meantime, we have a little history going on in the city of Blue Island, and I wanted to acknowledge it. This particular person, I asked a lot of people that I came in contact with about this person, and all I heard was good things, not just older people, but I asked a lot of younger people. So when I make my awards, I try to put part of that personality in there. And Booker T. Washington, I think, described this person the best. And what it says is, the individual who can do something that the world wants done will in the end make his way regardless of race. Okay, I said that kind of bad. The individual who can do something that the world wants done will in the end make his way regardless of his race. And I think that's what's important. It's not so much as a black and white issue. The issue is it a good person or is it a bad person? And a good person, no matter what color they are, they're respected by everyone. So this is to the first Blue Island Afro-American police chief, a leader in protecting and supporting our Blue Island community. Thank you for your hard work. And I want to present this to Police Chief Marcel King.
I will make it quick. I really appreciate the things that this community has done for me. It's just heartfelt to see that you guys really embrace me. And I'm going to do everything that I can do to make sure that this community and our department strive with excellence. Thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Just need your name and address, please.
Tom Miller, 547 Wick Drive. I'm the chairman of the Blue Island Chamber of Commerce. I know most of you by first name. Thank you very much for having us, Mr. Mayor. Tonight I'd like to introduce Sarah Brown. She's going to be our new executive director, replacing Greg Lockout, who's going into retirement. And I'd like to, if it's okay, I'd like to bring Sarah Brown.
Sarah Brown, 2450 New Street, Blue Island.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say a few things, and I don't often prepare what I'm going to say, so you know this is important. I just want to thank you, Mayor and City Council members. It's been said to me that there are two functions of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry here in Blue Island: to promote our members and to promote Blue Island. If you know Kevin, my husband, and me, it's likely because we're big believers that promotion comes in many forms. Those forms building upon each other, working together, and comprehensively creating and responsible for positive interactions and perception as a result. Whether it's through my BI, our video series and social media community with Blue Island, or our company, Browntown Communications, which serves small to medium-sized business with marketing and digital communication services, or the Historical Society, where you'll regularly see us hosting events, or St. Benedict School, where we're in charge of marketing and volunteer for a whole lot more, or the Arts Alliance, or the Blue Island Brewmasters Vintage Baseball Team, or the Chicago Southland Dragon Boat Festival. However you might know us, it's likely because of a promotion which we've been involved in or solely responsible for producing. I'm excited to bring that expertise and experience to the Chamber of Commerce. There are two books that we keep nearby at the Brown House: the Bible And the first 100 years, 1835 to 1935, a historical review of Blue Island, Illinois. So when I read something on the Chamber Facebook page about the Chamber being founded in 1952, I mentioned it to Kevin, and he said, no, that's not right. There's something in the first 100 years about it. And sure enough, on page 172, in a section filled with village and city council happenings, the Chamber of Commerce is mentioned as a petitioner for the lake water when our city wells became polluted. That was March of 1913. While I've not discovered the official start date for the Chamber as of yet, I'm guessing there are a few people in this room who know, I don't know if you know, or who would be happy to point me in the right direction of someone who does. And no matter, age ain't nothing but a number, right? But to say that it's an honor to lead an organization that's at least 104 years old, in the city that we love and call home, where we raise our 3 daughters, have created incredible friendships, and are surrounded by businessmen and women we admire, calling this appointment an honor would be an understatement. I'm humbled to have this opportunity. I'm so grateful for all the work that so many of you have done to make Blue Island the place it is today. In the not too distant future, Blue Island will be celebrating our bicentennial. As the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we're going to lead that charge to an even more vibrant Blue Island in 2035 and making our city a beacon on the south side for the next 100 years. Thank you.
Anyone else? Ms. Rose? Name and address.
Good evening. My name is Gloria
Want to
Rose.
bring us the mic down a little bit? There you go.
Wait now. I live at 12652 Irving Avenue, formerly of the 7th Ward for years and years and years. Now, I believe, 4th Ward. But what I wanted to do tonight is to commend the Public Works. They have done such a, I think, a fabulous job. Usually, even before, they've always done a good job, but this time, couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. The roads were clear. Seems like as soon as it snowed, there they were, 24/7. I go to bed at 12:30, they're out there. So I want to commend them. And secondly is, when I go down the side streets in my area, there's cars that are loaded with snow. And I'm thinking, there's a snow route, and it said, you can't park here. So if they called to complain, I don't understand why they're complaining, because there's notice there that they gotta, do the snow plowing. So, and then the third thing is, and the last thing is, we are starting our St. Benedict Fish Fry this Friday, and we would love everybody in Blue Island to please attend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Good evening. My name is Mark Keener. I live at 2250 Orchard Street. I'm pleased to be here tonight to make an announcement that I'm here on behalf of the NAACP South Suburban Branch. And as we continue in our mission to eliminate racial and ethnic discrimination in our country, that we take time to acknowledge milestones. And milestones have recently occurred here in Blue Island. So this year, the NAACP South Suburban Branch is going to make a presentation of an award to our new police chief, Sal King.
Thank you.
So Chief King's years of dedication and professionalism and service to the community have inspired us all. And we're very, very thrilled to award him the Willie Scott Leadership Award this year, named after another Blue Islander who is an inspiration to us all. So that award will happen at our Freedom Fund dinner on March 18th. So I invite you all to come. And there's information on that on the NAACP South Suburban Branch website, and we'll be on the Casa Blue Island website as well. So once again, thank you very much to LaSalle King.
Thank you.
Anyone else? If not, I move on. Report of city officials, presentations and resolutions again. Reiterating, Black Culture Night here in the East Annex on February the 16th, 2018 at 7 p.m. Is that correct, Ms. Orozco?
Yeah, the dinner is 6 to 7, the program from 7 to 9.
All right, thank you very much. And let me move on to mayor's announcements. A lot of you don't know, but I know our director, Jim Polster, knows. Since Super Bowl Sunday, all the way, almost every single night and day, I was at Public Works, even day or at night, and for almost 9 days straight, accompanied those men and women, majority men, riding shotgun with the plow drivers, with different drivers every night, experiencing, and literally, experiencing what they go through, the challenges they go through. One particular night, probably 20 passes up and down 127th Street just to maintain that bridge open, with a full load of salt just being dedicated to that one bridge, back and forth in the main streets. So again, I highly commend our public works staff, employees, all of them. They work 12-hour shifts, 2 separate shifts, 7 to 7, and then 7 to 7 again. Those trucks ran 9 days and a half, non-stop. Our equipment does need to be replaced, and Mr. Polster said, you know what, Mayor? Also ride in the oldest truck, which I did. It's 25-year-old or more truck. In fact, I like that one better than the newer ones. But I did ride in all of them, from the newest to the oldest. And it was an experience. And I would say, personally, 90%, maybe a little bit more, of our residents were very appreciative and understanding of what these men go through and women, driving those rigs, that equipment. But there's that still 9 to 10% that we need to educate. We need to educate. We went through Code Red a month earlier. The forum did a whole article on what the snow route procedures are here, removal and parking issues. Code Red is Channel 4, word of mouth, the signs. And here's the other thing, what was surprising, there was a gentleman I ran into yesterday who said he got a ticket. And I asked him, where'd you get the ticket from? Where do you live? He goes, 123rd place. I'm thinking right away, wait a minute, that's Paul Revere. That neighborhood watch group, throughout the years, even when I was an alderman, was very united where they would plow, School District 130 would plow their parking lot and would offer for those residents to put their cars, once it was plowed, up on the parking lot so that the city, when the city would come, it would move it, because that is a snow route. So I asked him, wait a minute, you were born on 123rd place, right? How old are you? He goes, 28. You lived there for like 28, you've been driving since 18, 16. And he goes, I didn't know there was a snow route. I says, what do you mean you didn't know there was a snow route? Of course there's a snow route. It's been a snow route all your life. I didn't know about parking on the parkway. I says, no. You were one of 3 cars on that street that did not move it. So guess what? You're paying the ticket. You're paying the ticket. Again, the majority of Blue Island residents know what needs to be done. It was 20 inches of snow that fell from that period of time when it first started. 20 inches of snow. The blizzard of 67 was, I think, 24 inches, correct? But the winds were blizzard or something to that effect. So just imagine that. Just imagine the amount of snow nonstop that these men and women had to go through to make sure those streets were clear. And I've gotten compliments even as of maybe at 6 o'clock this evening, stating what a job Blue Island did. Again, My compliments to all Public Works employees, every single one, from answering the phones. We had people, so you know, there were people who dropped off food for those drivers and for those employees in Public Works. From brownies to sloppy joes to pizza, they fed them because a lot of these drivers did not stop. That's how dedicated they were. They were eating and driving to do the best to keep the roads clear and blind. I want to commend them. Thank you. Or is that enough? The amount of fuel, diesel that was used was amazing. Salt. Even to the point that they were using Rain-X on the windshields to maintain those windshield wipers going and clear all during that snowstorm. It wasn't just one, it was basically 3 snowstorms in one for those 9 days and a half. Jim, go ahead.
Okay, the best thing I can say is that the team that I work with is what made it happen. Everybody responded. They know when to buckle down and get it done. I actually thank my family for maintaining the home when I wasn't home. Both my kids did all the snow there, but here they did. They all buckled down. They all showed up, stayed on track, and you know, did a fantastic job, as I think too.
From the drivers to the front end loaders to the mechanics, because again, those trucks took a beating. They took a beating.
Yeah.
Saturday
morning we had 4 trucks down trying to get this
correct
done.
Yeah. So again, let's give them a big. Jim?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My driveway was clean, it was clear. And about 1:30 today, the plow came through and threw all the snow. So I called him and he said, well, all the time, so what do you want me to do? I said, well, would you please come send somebody to take the snow out of my driveway? And within an hour, he had someone at my house and to clean the driveway out. And I called you back and thanked you for it.
Thank you.
I thank you. I said, 'cause I can't
We were out trying to start parking spots and maintaining
yes, it was
in
two
corners.
2 cars was in front of my house.
Yeah, that's why the snow got moved, because we were
Yeah.
trying to clean up the parking spots and stuff.
So it was difficult throughout the city. Again, the majority of residents did cooperate, had common sense to move their cars. Maybe it's something that public municipal service can think about. Berwyn does it a different way. Sister does it a different way. Even all year round, where cars are parked on one side, move to the other side, especially in the residential areas. But those are issues that need to be addressed, especially if not the oldest municipality, older than Chicago, 1835. So our streets are not wide enough. Again, everybody has more than one car at home. And we got to be considerate of each other, each neighbor. We're a neighborhood. So let's think about it. Let's help each other. And there were a lot of good deeds out there, a lot of good Samaritans out there, using their plows, shoveling, kids, etc. And that's what we need to show, that we're a tight community, each one helping each other, especially in time of need. And I want to thank everyone. Thank you very much.
Yes, I have 2 items this evening, Your Honor. First, need a motion to approve a request from Lincoln Elementary School for their 6th annual walkathon on April 13th, 2018 at 9:15 till about 10:45. They're also requesting a rain date of April 20th.
Need a motion? Motion by Alderman Vlados, second by Alderman Frausto. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farrenwald.
Aye.
Farrenwald, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Next, I need a motion to request from Blue Cap to hold their Tag Day fundraiser October 5th and Saturday, October 6th.
We have a motion by Alderman Bellato, Alderman Vina, second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farrenwald.
Aye.
Farrenwald, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Any bids?
No bid, Your Honor.
City treasurer.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, the Alderman should have got the reconciliation statement ending January 31st, 2015. The motion to accept.
Get a motion by Alderman Fairwell, we have a second by Alderman Osling. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Fairwell.
Aye.
Fairwell, aye. Osling. Osling, aye. Thompson. Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next on the item is, there's going to be some movement of money from restricted funds and non-restricted funds. In the amount of $329,000 approximately. I need a motion to approve that.
Get a motion by Alderman Osling, do I have a second? Alderman Fairwell, any questions? Go ahead.
What is the money being transferred for?
Your accounts payable, basically, everything's listed, if you look at all the accounts payable. I'm starting this practice so that way all the aldermen are aware that restricted funds are being moved to pay accounts payable. And they're listed on the accounts payable if you look at the items, but to give you information ahead of time. And basically it's from, for example, we mentioned last council meeting about closing out the 911 account. So we're taking $95,000 from there, transferring to the general fund, because there was money owed to the general fund for the past year and a half or two, that the general fund sustained the 911 as until it closed out. So we're moving that and we're closing that. We're in the process of closing that account out. And there's MFT money that's being used for pay, for salt, roads, also the mason that Mr. Postal needs to maintain the roads. So that's roughly $92,000 approximately. Okay? And there's some 2 to 3 to 5 X amount of stuff that's being paid, designated for no specific bills that are listed.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta. Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Fairwell.
Aye.
Fairwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman. Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Another business, Mr. Treasurer, any other messages? Any announcements? No? No, okay. City Attorney.
Yes, Mayor, there's one ordinance. It's ordinance number 2018-010. It is an ordinance of the City of Blue Island, Cook County, State of Illinois, revising the legal description for the City of Blue Island tax increment financing redevelopment project area, TIF District number 7, to eliminate a scrivener's error. There was an error in the legal description when the ordinance was initially passed or adopted in April of 2017. The county apparently caught the error and has asked that the city correct it. The correction is in section 2 in the underlined section, and adoption of this ordinance will then correct the error and be then presented to the council.
Any questions? They need a motion. Motion by Alderman Poulos, second by Alderman Osling. Any questions? Roll call.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Fairwell.
Aye.
Fairwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Slattery. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you. We move on to committee Community reports, Community Development Committee.
Yes, Your Honor, we have no report, but I have 2 ordinances here on the agenda that were approved several meetings ago, and we were told they went through all the zoning processes.
Okay.
So the first one I'm asking for is ordinance number 2018-002, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of a special use permit for T-Mobile LLC to permit the construction of a cellular antenna and equipment facility on the premises of Metro South Medical Center located at 2310 York Street, which is in the UTOD zoning district of Blue Island. And just to clarify, it's adding a few feet above the roof of the pavilion. So it's not a separate antenna. It's adding, they're putting this on top of the roof of the existing building that's already there.
Which they do in a lot of buildings in Chicago. Okay. You make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, do I have a second by Alderman Vieira? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you.
And ordinance number 2018-003, an ordinance authorizing the rezoning of property commonly known as 2854 Minnesota Avenue from R1 Single Family Residential District to C2 Highway Commercial District in the city of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois. And I believe this is a parcel of land that's adjacent to the Salvation Army that is being donated.
That's right. You make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion, do we have a second by Alderman Pittman? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
And I have one last announcement while we're on community development here. I'd like to congratulate Sarah Brown as Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce coming from the community development. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of each other. And on behalf of community development and the City Council, I know you're going to hear more, but we're really happy you're on and want to wish Greg Lockow thank you in his retirement. Enjoy that. But I'm really happy you're there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you much. You can clap. Go ahead. Finance Committee.
Finance Committee was called to order February 6, 2018 at 7 o'clock. Members present, Alderman Hawley, Alderman Farnwell, Alderman Vieira, Alderman Osling. Absent were Alderman Fausto and Alderman Thompson. Also present was Treasurer Bellato, Michael Marzal, Director of Finance and Administration, Lori Brown, Deputy Chief of Finance, and Bobby Humphrey. There was no public comment. Finance Committee approved the following. Accounts payable for February 14, 2018 in the amount of $491,692.62. I put that in the form of a motion.
A motion, do we have a second? Alderman Bellato. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Finance Committee approved the payroll for January 26, 2018 in the amount of $370,164.10. I put that in the form of a motion to City Council.
We have a motion, second by Alderman Vieira. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you.
There's a resolution 2018-007, a resolution authorizing the execution of agreement with Wormer, Rogers, Doran, and Russin LLC for financial consulting services for the City of Blue Island. I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Do I have a second by Alderman Vieira? Any questions? Alderman, go ahead.
On the memorandum, it says financial impact not budgeted. And then it says the hourly rate is $100 to $185 an hour. If this isn't budgeted, where is the money gonna come from? And how much do we expect at that hourly rate to end up paying?
Mr. Marcel?
In the cover memo, it does indicate that the amount is not budgeted. That's because we have not approved our appropriations at this time. We anticipate the overall dollar amount for this agreement to go down compared to 2017 as our books are getting in better and better order. We'll be using their services less and less.
Okay, any other questions? Roll call.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson. Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you very much.
We have a resolution number 2018008, a resolution authorizing execution of agreement with John Kaspirit Company for audit services for the city of Blue Island. This is for 2 years. I make that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion, we got a second by Alderman Bellato. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell. Aye. Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The committee also had discussion of the 2018 TIF project reviewed. Total project cost $1,804,000. All the money comes out of the designated TIF districts. The interpreter service discussion was tabled for further review. No further business. The meeting was adjourned at 8 o'clock. Our next meeting is February 20th, 2018, 7 p.m. East Annex.
Thank you much. Public Health and Safety Committee.
Yes, Your Honor. These are minutes from the meeting of January the 9th. Present were Chief LaSalle King, Deputy Chief Michael Cornell, Fire Chief Dan Rita, BEMA Chief Don Marshbanks, BEMA Deputy Chief Bill Claysons, and BEMA Captain Sarah Kaiser, Alderman Ken Pittman, Alderman Kevin Donahue, Alderman Dexter Johnson, and myself. Absent were Alderman George Poulos, and Alderman Dexter Johnson. Actually, Dexter Johnson came in late. The meeting was called to order at 6:01. There was a motion to approve the minutes of the October meeting by Alderman Pittman, second by Alderman Donahue. Motion carried. There were no citizens' concerns. Under fire department business, there's 251 EMS responses, 84 fire responses, 10 auto aid responses, and 7 mutual aid responses. Average response time was 5.6 minutes. Medical reimbursement services collected were $42,693.46 in the month of December. Fire recovery fees collected were $804, and false fire alarm fees were $320. On December 8th, 2017, they responded to an apartment building fire in Calumet Park where one firefighter suffered a broken ankle. I don't think he was ours, though. So he was not our firefighter. On December 27th, 2017, they responded to a garage fire. Under general information, the fire department assisted with the Christmas light parade. Fire department participated in the Keep the Red program, and Chief Rita met with the Blue Island Historical Society to discuss the Old Best Fire Museum. Under maintenance, truck 2104 was out of service and was put in for repairs. Estimate from emergency vehicle services was $13,893. Ambulance 2152 had the battery replaced. Inspectors spent the month conducting annual inspections and plan reviews. Members completed 296 hours of training in the month of December. Chief Rita attended the Mavis 22 Chiefs meeting and training at the Department of Homeland Security building at Oak Forest Hospital. Under operations, the operational plan is being developed. Standard operating procedures are being developed. Mavis 22 box cards are being updated. And the chief participated in a critique of the Calumet Park fire of December the 8th. Under the police department, the mayor has appointed LaSalle King as interim police chief. Sergeant Ishmael Haro has been moved to the position of administrative sergeant. Officer David Nedved was promoted to corporal to fill the vacancy left by Chief King's promotion. Officer Nicholas Babbitt has been assigned to teach DARE at District 130 schools starting in the next school year. Under calls for service, there were 2,232 calls for service, 226 business premise checks, 1 armed robbery, 4 residential burglaries, 264 traffic and investigative stops. The police department participated in Rock Down the Clock, and Chief King will be hosting a coffee with the chief at DMAR's restaurant on February the 22nd. The police department patrolled 8,759 miles in December. They collected $11,673.59. Deputy Chief Cornell reviewed the crime stat comparison from 2017 and 2016. Under BEMA took part in Rock Around the Clock. 8 staff members were involved. There was no written report. And the Sergeant Severe Weather Training taking place in January and February. Under Alderman concerns, Alderman Johnson asked about Moraine Valley and our Eisenhower High School programs that could tie into BIEMA and volunteer work. Alderman Johnson suggested that the city host an appreciation meal for members of BIEMA for all the work that they do. Alderman Johnson asked about a stop sign for 139th in California, referred to Public Works. Meeting was adjourned at 6:25. Our next meeting will be March the 13th here in the East Annex at 6 o'clock. There will be a Black History Month basketball game at the John D. Reeder Recreation Center on February 24th at 6 p.m. hosted by the police department. I already mentioned the coffee with Chief King at DMARS on February 22nd. And as long as I have the floor, the chief is asking that all of the aldermen contact him. He'd like to have a one-on-one meeting with each of the aldermen and discuss their concerns for their wards. So you can give him a call and make an appointment to go in and see him. That's all I've got.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Municipal Services Committee?
Our next meeting will be February 27th, 2018 at 6 p.m. here in East Annex. I have an ordinance restricting portions of certain streets for handicap parking. There are 4. I'm going to read them all together unless anyone has any problem. Parking only at or near 2811 Minnesota, 2212 West 122nd Street, 2216 West 121st Street, 2219 Prairie Street, and 2950 Maple Avenue, within the City of Blue Island, County of Cook, State of Illinois, providing penalties for the violation thereof. I'd like to put that in form of a motion.
Motion, second by Alderman Farnwell. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta. Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
I also, of course, would like to commend Public Works. They did a phenomenal job this year. This was the most compliments I've ever had this year for Public Works, and I wanted to make sure and pass that on. I also wanted to compliment Lori Brown. Due to the snowstorm, City Hall was closed, and Lori Brown came in and she volunteered on Friday and Saturday to answer the plethora of calls that came through. So thank you, Lori. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Judiciary Committee.
These are the minutes of the meeting of Monday, January 22nd at the East Annex, 6 o'clock at City Hall. Called to order at 6:01 p.m. Present were Alderman Farnwell, Alderman Poulos, Alderman Slattery, and Alderman Vieira, and absent was Alderman Pittman. Also present were Leslie Kennedy, Olson Sturck, and Michael Marzell, Director of Finance and Administration. The There was no public comment. There was a discussion of the liquor license categories and fees. Director Marzal reported that the city is developing a schedule of potential categories and fees under the direction of Mayor Vargas, who is also our liquor commissioner. When ready, it will be presented to the committee for review and comment. There was also presented a draft ordinance providing reduced penalties for possession of small quantities under 30 grams of cannabis and for possession of small quantities of drug paraphernalia by Attorney Kennedy. There was discussion of the judicial process and the new schedule of fines that would be collected by the city. The consensus of the committee was to recommend passage by City Council, and I'd like to make a motion to approve Ordinance 2018-009 and Ordinance amending Title 8, Chapter 130 of the Municipal Code of the City of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, offenses against public peace and safety.
We have a motion, second by Alderman Bellato. Any questions?
Title 13 or Title 8?
Pardon me, Title 13, you are correct.
All right. Motion, second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Thompson. Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
It's good to know someone's paying attention. Going out with committee, there was a driving without a license and driving without insurance ordinances were discussed. Attorney Kennedy explained that because the Cook County State's Attorney is no longer prosecuting those offenses that are financial in nature, the city now has the option to adopt ordinances that would establish these as misdemeanor offenses to be handled in the court traffic room, which is already staffed by a City of Blue Island prosecutor. Fines would accrue to the city. The committee requested that such ordinance be presented at its next meeting. Attorney Kennedy also explained that Ordinance 2016-002 for the administrative adjudication of code violations is not in compliance with state law and should be updated. The committee requested the proposed ordinance be presented. Attorney Kennedy also informed the committee that there is an ordinance requiring the renewal of handicap parking spaces, contrary to what we had previously understood. Director Marzal informed the committee that the city is developing a process for enforcing the ordinance with the goal of putting a new renewal process in place at the earliest practical date. And I might add that anyone who is aware of a handicap space that is no longer necessary is encouraged to report it to City Clerk, and appropriate actions will be taken. Director Marzal informed the committee that a budget of $10,000 is needed to have codified the city's ordinances with an ongoing annual maintenance cost of about $2,000. The codification is necessary to provide reliable access to the city's code. This expense would be offset by reducing time now necessary for legal searches within the various ordinance resources. It would also free up city staff time. This item is being considered for inclusion in the city's 2018 budget. The committee urged the director to make every effort to include this budget item. A motion to adjourn by Alderman Poulos, seconded by Vieira. Motion carried 6:45. The next meeting of the Judiciary Committee will be Monday, February 12, 2018 at 6 p.m., which was held, and we'll have 20 minutes at a later date.
Thank you very much. Any aldermanic announcements or comments? Go ahead.
I just would like to note, talked a couple times about the tree campaign that we're mounting under GoFundMe under the leadership of Val Kehoe. And really grateful that Blue Island Television has posted a really nice video about it on YouTube, so go and look at that. We are actually closing in on all of our goals, and Val will be announcing in the next couple of weeks the involvement of some major not-for-profit organizations that are going to help us with various aspects of this campaign. So some really nice things are coming together around it. We've had some great support financially also. And I would just ask that anyone who's maybe watching us tonight, get your phone out right now, go to the internet, go to GoFundMe, type in Blue Island, and just donate $10. We would really like to have as much support as we can for this. We're closing in on our goals. We'd like to have as much participation as we can. And for all of you, when you're here, when you go home, don't forget to sit down, get in front of your computer, go to GoFundMe and support this great campaign. We're going to plant 70 trees this spring, 10 in each ward. And you can get your name on the list if you're interested for all of that.
Thank you very much. Alderman, go ahead.
Bill, when is the next judiciary meeting?
The next one, actually, sorry, yes, thank you, that's a good point, is March, third Monday of March, March 19th, thank you, at 6 p.m. Yeah, thank you. Right.
Any other announcements by Alderman? Your Honor, I see you as a guest. Why don't you come up, since you're here, we'll bring you up. Introduce yourself, since I saw you in the audience. I just need your name, not your address.
Travis Richards.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to say hello to everyone, to the community of Blue Island. My name is Travis Richardson, and some of you I've met before. You've seen me here at meetings before. I was appointed to the Circuit Court of Cook County by the Supreme Court last Valentine's Day. So I'm going to be celebrating 1 year on the bench on tomorrow. So I'm your Valentine's Day judge. And for those of you who looked at me queerly when I came up, no, I am not T.D. Jakes or Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because I get a lot of that. But I just wanted to come by and express my support for the governmental process. I know we had a tragedy downtown this afternoon. I was at 111th Street presiding in the felony courtroom, and I got a number of calls and texts from friends of mine who are attorneys, and they were asking me if I was okay, and I told them, well, I was nowhere near the area, thank goodness. But I think that shows that's why we need to have very good judges who know what to do with when something like this appears before them. And understands the difference between an offense that harms primarily the person who's committing it and an offense against a person or property that can lead to the loss of life. Because this is a real tragedy, and I think that we all feel it, regardless of your political persuasion. It's always a tragedy when one of our officers goes down in the line of duty. So thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say hi and come by and say hi to everyone. I am running to keep my position. I'll be on the March 20th ballot, number 157. So all those who plan on going to heaven, remember 157. And if you play that botched or straight, please make a donation. Travis to judge that. But thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Moving on, I need a motion to retire to closed session for consideration, and I won't go down with this, but we need to discuss some pending litigation. Need a motion? Alderman Tomera, second by Alderman Bellato. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Let's go.
What's wrong with it? Is it correct?
We'll see what that gets me. It's a curse that I need a motion to reconvene the regular session. Motion by Alderman Rita, second by Alderman Farnwell. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Now, Council, you want to read the motion? What do you read?
For members of the council in closed session, we discussed pending litigation in the case of Houston versus the City of Blue Island. There was no final action taken. We discussed the collective bargaining between the City of Blue Island and the Blue Island professional firefighters. The status was provided. There was no final action taken. We did discuss the settlement of 2 claims. I would ask first for a motion to authorize settlement of a claim by LaTonya Sampson for damage to her vehicle in the amount of $1,570.85.
We have a motion. We have a motion by Alderman Farnwell, second by Alderman Vera. Any questions? Roll call.
Vieta. Aye. Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling. Osling, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Fausto.
No.
Fausto, no. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye, 9 ayes and 1 no.
Thank you. And then finally, a motion to deny the claim of Bartolome check for damage to his property. There's a motion to that effect.
Get a motion. This is the one that the type. Final. Motion by Alderman Fairwell. Do I have a second? By Alderman Poulos. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vieta.
What's the motion?
Deny the claim.
To deny.
Yes.
Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Rita.
Aye, yes.
Rita, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Osling. Osling, aye. Thompson. Thompson, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you much. Anything else? Myself, thank you. Now I need a motion for adjournment. Motion by Alderman Pittman, second by Alderman Bellato. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, everyone.